As we all aware, there are a lot of different terms. Some of the people, they say virtual banks, neobanks, challenger banks, digital bank. Yes, we are building a virtual bank, but we want to call it a future operating model, because right now what we are building will be the future operating model of Standard Chartered. When I say future operating model, it's more than a challenger bank, because you can see different models in different markets. For example, in UK, you can see some virtual banks, coming from a big banks, legacy banks. But what we want to do is to create a new operating model. In normal challenger bank models, in some models, you can see, for example, they create only a mobile platform, and they put marketing, they push branding, and they call it a challenger bank. What we want to do under operating model, we want to rebuild, we want to recreate a lot of different things. Here, what we are building is fully end-to-end cloud bank. On the other hand, this is the technology side, but on the other hand, you need to solve other problems as well. For example, risk. There are a lot of different risk frameworks. There are 10 different risk frameworks in the world, if you want to manage a big bank. But all these frameworks, under frameworks, there are some policies, there are some standards. Can you run a real digital organization with your existing risk frameworks, policies, and standards? That's why we are recreating all these frameworks, policies, and standards from scratch. And for example, culture. Do you run a digital bank with your existing culture? Do you need some other talents from outside? Can you run a digital bank with only bankers, or do you need to create a hybrid organization that you can think quite differently? So there are many different things under operating model. So that's why we want to call this a future operating model instead of only a challenger bank.